20 years. How many years is it?
About 10 and a half.
You started very early. You've traveled all over the world. You were in England the last I knew and you left.
Yeah, we were in England for about 3 days.
Can I tell the reason why you had to leave?
Sure, go ahead.
This young man's wife, Hazel Gordy Jackson, by the time the show airs, may be a mama for the first time. What you do, give you a false alarm?
No, she thought she was expecting a baby then.
Right then.
Yeah, right then. So we came home.
I don't blame you. I take care of that business first and foremost. Are you going to go back again?
Yeah, as soon as I finish this next album, we're due to go back. I had a promotional tour set up over there.
Let me ask you, for a guy your age who's done practically everything and worked to capacity crowds since you were about that big, is there anything left that you haven't done? I mean, aren't you a little jaundiced and old before your time?
No, well, there's a lot of areas that I would love to gain.
For instance, what would you like to do?
Mainly producing and writing. That's what I'm into now.
Are you writing for the next album?
Yeah, that's why I'm so busy.
Did you happen to know that this man had 2 songs in the motion picture Mahogany? If you didn't, now you know. Are you going to do more of that?
Yeah, hopefully.
Would you like to score a picture?
I didn't know that. That's an old movie, Mahogany. If anybody knows about, that's a very old movie with Dinah Ross, if I'm correct. Dinah Ross. Interesting. All right, so ladies and gentlemen who's coming in here, make sure you hit the like button, share your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. And also, if you want to reach out to me, you can find my email address in the description. All right, so we're going to get into this. Really? Jermaine Dupri, YouTube SA assault? Everything's allegedly. All right, so everybody knows now it happened like just before the new year. We hear this news that Jermaine Jackson, he's on the list. And my question is to everyone is, who is next in 2024? We are in 2024. Yep, this is very interesting. All right, so I'm going to play the rest of this little clip. It's just a short clip. We're going to play this here a little, getting to know a little bit about Jermaine Jackson. And then I'm going to read an article, and then I'm going to let you go. This is going to be a short one. All right, let's resume.
Why not?
That's the spirit. See, that I enjoy. You always got to set new goals. This next song coming up, I know, is a change of pace from the one you just did. It's soft, easy, pretty ballad, but I cannot for the life of me remember the title. What is it called, please?
My Touch of Madness.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Get some music. All right, we're going to get into this article. Let me read this article real quick. We're going to get into Jermaine Jackson. And real quick, what does Google have to say about Jermaine Jackson? Who is Jermaine Jackson? Jermaine Jackson is an American singer, songwriter, and songwriter. He is best known in being a member of the Jackson family, born in 1964 to 1975. Jermaine was second vocalist after the brother Michael of the Jackson 5 and played bass guitar since 1983. He has rejoined the group known as the Jacksons. The Jacksons. All right, Legion, let's get into it. Let me read this article real quick. And Jermaine, really? I hope this ain't true, but time will tell. All right. Now let me get into this article here. Let me turn this music down just a notch. All right. This article that I have here is from the New York Times. And this came out. When did this come out in the New York Times? This came out December 29th, 2023. All right. Let me read the article real quick. Jermaine Jackson, one of Michael Jackson's older brother and founding member of the Jackson 5, was accused of sexual assault in the civil suit filed Wednesday in California. In the suit filed in the Los Angeles Supreme Court, Rita Barrett, make sure you read the description, so I'm going to put everything down in the description. All right, Barrett accused Mr. Jackson, 69, he's 69 years old now, of sexual assault, sexual battery, sexual assault, harassment, and are relating to an incident that she says happened at her Los Angeles home in 1988. So, ladies and gentlemen, this crime took place in 1988. Okay. Where we at? Oh boy, I lost my spot. Oh, here we go. In the court papers, Ms. Barrett says that Mr. Jackson forcefully entered her home and assaulted her, inflicting severe emotional, physical, and psychological injuries, including humiliation, shame, and guilt, economic loss, economic capacity, and a permanent emotional distress. Wow. Okay. The suit lists that Mr. Jackson, Jermaine L. Jackson, music production and work records, a business Mr. Jackson founded as the defendants. Oh, I'm a little confused there. Well, let me just keep going. Mr. Jackson could not be reached for comments. Miss Barrett's court filing says that she came into contact with Mr. Jackson through her role as a musician contractor and as a member of the union that represented musicians. The complaint says that she knew Mr. Jackson through Barry Gordy. Now, we all know who Barry Gordy is. You gotta know who he is. The founder of Motown Records, who had a personal and business relationship with Miss Barrett. Husband, Mr. Gordy, could not be reached for comments. All right, so I guess we got good old Barry. Barry ain't got nothing to say, huh? We see what Barry got to say. Waiting for, Nell Gigi, and I see you up in here, Captain, and I see you up in here, Sugarlup, and Susie Q. What do you think of this, Susie Q? Talk to me. Yep, my. Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to get back into this article here. Where am I at? I don't know which one is wives, because didn't he get married a few times? I don't know. I don't know. All right, well, let's just get back to it. All right, I'm almost done with the article. Where am I at? All right, okay. Miss Barrett's court filing said that she came into contact with Mr. Jackson through a role as a musician. I read that right, but let me just continue. Miss Barrett court filing says that she came into contact with Mr. Jackson through her role as a musician contractor and as a member of the union that represents musicians. The complaint says that she also knew Mr. Jackson through Barry Gordy, the founder of the Motown Records, who had a personal and business relationship with Miss Barrett's husband. Mr. Gordy could not be reached for comment. Okay. In this suit, Miss Barrett says that she told Mr. Gordy that happened the following day, but he withheld and concealed the acts, further perpetrating the cover-up and allowing Mr. Gordy, defendant Jackson, and others in the business relationship to continue to reap profit derived from Mr. Jackson's work and reputation for years to come. All right, so if we don't know. I'm not going to be too quick to call Jermaine Jackson a monster. But if he's a monster and we got Barry Gordy's a monster, this is out of control. It seemed like everybody's dirt that they was doing in the 80s and the early 90s, it's coming out. If it's true. But we don't know. Everything's allegedly, right? What are you trying to say? Don't take it personal? All right. Let's get back to the article. Where am I at? Miss Barrett is requesting a jury trial. Whoop, she wants a jury trial. Michael Pellegrin, I can't pronounce the name. Y'all just have to read the description. All right, I butch up names. President of the Artist Management Agency, which has represented Mr. Jackson since 2014, says that the agency would be parting ways with the musician because of the suit. They already dumping him before this suit goes through to find out if he's guilty or not. Wow. See, I'm not happy with that, but you have to understand, some people don't want that kind of stuff with their business. It is what it is. All right, let's hear what they say, their reason for doing it. We have zero tolerance policy concerning these matters. Mr. Pellegrino, whatever his name is, wrote in an email to the Times on Friday. We wish him well, but we must feel comfortable about who we represent. And unfortunately, at this moment, we must take in consideration our other clients who do not feel comfortable with the current allegations. They already burying you before you... All right, Jeff Anderson, a lawyer of Miss Barrett, said that his client decided to file the suit after learning that California Sexual Assault and Cover-Up Accountability Acts allow certain sexual abuse claims to be revived that would otherwise be buried by the statute of limitations. I hope I got it right. Okay, I get what they're saying. The first thing that she and we want by having this case is for it to be known that Jermaine Jackson committed a very serious crime, Mr. Anderson added. So what y'all think? Do you think this man is a monster? Or this man is not a monster? This is insane. Just more stuff just coming at everybody. Just coming on out. All righty. Everybody, and I hope everybody had such a great and a happy new year. Happy new year. Happy new year. Happy new year. What Kappa says? Kappa says, and blessings to you and happy new year. Happy new year. Happy new year. And I see Maud on deck. Jack is on deck. All right. Now, what's Suzuki say? Come on. 35 freaking years later. Yeah, that's a long time. That's a long. I don't even know how to go about this one, but I will say, if you're a victim of SA, any kind of assault, you just never know when a person, yeah, didn't you love that song? Don't take it personal. What about Dynamite? Did you like Dynamite too? I wanted to play the two songs before we closed out. I might just take a chance and I'll just cut off the ending. We'll see what happens. All right. Um, what was I leading to? It's going to be an open Motown record skeletons. Yeah, Motown is about to be in. Is there any truth to this? We will find out. We will find out. Happy New Year to you too. All right, but like I was just saying, let me just go back to let me do my closing thoughts. And what I basically want to say is, if you've been a victim for any kind of assault, right? It's a lot of trauma. A lot of times you'll feel guilty. You'll feel like it's your fault. You feel embarrassed. You feel ashamed. But you didn't do anything wrong. It was that other person. But that's not what you're feeling. Now, when you have been assaulted, you have to relive it again when you go into the police. When you go into court, you doing this, you doing that. It's not so easy. Some people handle trauma very differently. There's a woman could be assaulted on a first date and she'll immediately go to emergency and do a we call R kit. Some women will just bathe, lock themselves up in the house in the dark and won't come out. Okay, so everybody handles things differently. And let's go back to the lady who locked herself up in the house. She might slowly creep, and then she's trying to maintain, and she's trying to get her life going to forget about it. I'm not even going to think about what happened that day. And it could be 7 years later, 10 years later. She could be at the kitchen washing dishes. All of a sudden, PTSD, trauma, also something happened. It might have been something that flickered on the TV, something that somebody could have said, or a crash of a glass could have felt and could have gave her a trigger that reminds her of that moment when blank blank did and how the glass hit the table. Anything. So now all this trauma's coming up. And now she probably like, you know what? I don't have to deal with this. I'm going to do something about it. So like I say, the point is you just never know how a person's going to handle things and when they're going to handle it. So, a lot of people want to, be quick to judge and say, oh, it's all about money. Oh, they didn't say nothing before, blah, 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 blah. But we have to try to understand if this is a victim or anybody. We're not just talking about with Jermaine Jackson. We're just talking about anybody. And especially on my channel, I talk a lot about this stuff. Let's have a little bit of empathy and kind of think that maybe it's not that easy for them to discuss it. I get so many emails from viewers here that has been through a lot of trauma, a lot of assault from childhood and adult, and currently going through it now. And it's not easy for them. They haven't talked to anybody, not going to therapy, or they just embarrassed, ashamed. And this is vice versa for men. It happens to men too. So we just have to take that in factor. These are my thoughts about it. But back to you, Jermaine Jackson. I will follow up on this one. Because we can't have the man that don't take it personal, Dynamite. We can't have this. But if it is, hey, God is calling it out. It is what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of it. I just wanted to do a brief one because I wanted to talk about this Jermaine Jackson. Because out of all the Jacksons, I will say I liked him the most. Well, not by looks, because I ain't never thought any of the Jacksons was cuties. I don't know about y'all, but little girl, I used to think they was a little weird. But okay. But I thought he had the best vocals out the group, especially when he got with who was he good with as a duet? Whitney Houston. You remember when him and Whitney Houston get together? Ooh, it was chemistry. The music was phenomenal. Some people got that chemistry. Like Jay-Z and what's her name? Foxy Brown. Oh, when they was together, it was powerful, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm taking y'all back. All right, everyone. Everyone has such a blessed one and a great one. Stay tuned for some more of Donna Just Being Real. And if you need to reach out to me, you will find my email in the description. If you need coaching in dating, love, relationship, toxic relationship, anything like that, we're going into the new year. You might be ready to get back into dating. See, you're trying to get out the dead-end relationship you are now. Or you're looking to level up for the new year. Yep. Adios.